guys? Your boy Benny. Just remember what you learned in your professional self-defense classes. When a suicidal maniac is charging at you with a bloody machete and a firearm, just put up your hand and say the word. This will stop all bad things from happening. Look, watch it happen.
Your message to Hezbollah and its backer, Iran. Don't.
To Iran.
Don't.
Oh, got it.
As President Biden said, just don't.
Exactly.
Exactly. Just say don't. Total shock that Biden and Harris telling Iran don't didn't actually work. Iran actually did and is didding right now. Instead of listening to the don't, Iran said, no, we're going to did this in Israel, as Israel is right now getting pummeled by hundreds, if not thousands, of ballistic missiles, many of them striking the actual nation. The first time that this has happened in a very, very long time. Israel is seemingly now in open warfare with Iran. Israel has, of course, been quite a important place on the map since, I don't know, let's just say all of human history. And the Biden regime, led by Kamala Harris, decided to say don't. Well, that policy just doesn't seem to be working out right now. Many are dead after gunmen opened fire in Tel Aviv in coordination with now hundreds of Iranian-launched missiles. Terror in Tel Aviv as rockets smash into buildings, sirens blare. This is a far worse attack than anything that happened on October 7th or anything like that. I mean, this is a massive and a major escalation. I'm not trying to make fun of it. I wish these things were treated with seriousness by our leaders, because of course this has major ramifications for us. Of course, will we be embroiled and brought into World War III? Of course we will. We're America. We're not gonna skip out on another great war in the desert for countries that aren't ours, right? I mean, this is crazy, man. Again, I'm not trying to make light of it. The footage that's coming out is wild. Look at this. I mean, this shit's actually hitting the ground, right? You can see here, these bombs are actually hitting. They're hitting their targets. I mean, as you know, we've seen the Iron Dome working before in Israel. This is the Iron Dome not working. So of course you can obviously outsmart the Iron Dome, and I don't get the impression that these are particularly sophisticated weapons that are being fired, but you can outsmart the Iron Dome by just firing a shit ton of weapons, right? It's like there's only so much of a capacity. I mean, it's miraculous that you can hit a missile with another missile. It's like shooting a bullet that's coming at you with another bullet. That's pretty miraculous, nonetheless. If it's like the Matrix and they're firing thousands of bullets at you, you're gonna miss, well, quite a few of them. And so what you're seeing there, here, hundreds of missiles launched at Israel. This is what the map of Israel looks like right now with the missile strikes. Goodness gracious! Remember, don't. It's not science fiction. This is Israel right now. I mean, these bombs are landing. Look at this. This is what I mean by not particularly sophisticated. Airstrike in Tel Shiva impacting a family home. Here we go. Look at that, dude. You can see it's like welded. This is what I mean by not sophisticated. You see like the bomb is like welded on. Looks like the bomb out of the Great Dictator, right? Like, it needs to have a pointy tip. It needs to have a point. Like it's kind of like rudimentary welding. They don't seem particularly sophisticated. It just seems like they launched like thousands of them one time. They're flying over the Western Wall. This is obviously the holiest place in all of Israel, all of the world, actually. Inarguably one of the holiest places on all Earth. You can see now these ballistic missiles being fired, and quite a barrage of them over the Western Wall. Wild. Striking the ground. Now, Iran fired a barrage of these missiles at Israel about 6 months ago, and not a lot of them really hit. I'm not trying to minimize the attack. I'm just trying to say that, like, you didn't have images like this. where the missiles actually hit the ground. The moment the Iranian missiles hit a military base, so these missiles were fired at a military base. So I mean, there's got to be some level of sophistication with them. People are already making Biden-Harris administration right now. People are making memes. We did it, Joe. We did it.
We did it, Joe.
Don't to foreign policy. Funny, I don't remember Israel getting bombed when President Trump was president. Don't remember that. And I'm going to make something very clear here that Israel is obviously a point of like great contention. I'm not going to sit here and weigh on the moralities of one side or the other. I'm going to say that I don't want war and I don't want escalation of war. Escalation of war and escalation of these conflicts means horrible things for me, my children, my future, your future. You shouldn't want those things. You should want guys that keep nations out of conflict. Look at this footage over the Jordan Valley. The Iron Dome just is intercepting some of these missiles, but it just can't hit them all. Right? Look at them, the thousands. I mean, certainly what looks like thousands. What has been reported to be hundreds. This dude filming from his rooftop.
We are now in Israel. This is from my house. Have to see what's happened here. 102 rockets is coming from Iran. The crazy military rockets. We have to see. This is from my house. What's happened? All the world have to see what's happened in our sky now in Israel. This is crazy attack from Iran.
That's wild, man. That's just this video is crazy. You don't see any impact. You see the Iron Dome firing against this barrage, but as you can see here on the maps, I mean, how are you going to defend against all this? How are you going to defend against this many missiles being fired at you? Biden gives Iran another sanctions break. Oh, wow. U.S. failure to pressure the Ayatollah makes larger war more likely. What do you know? Massive Iranian ballistic missile attack on Israel this evening in at least 2 waves. Reports of hundreds of Iranian missiles fired likely overwhelm the Israeli Iron Dome. Seen here, dozens of ballistic missile impacts. Goodness gracious. And it's still just a reminder that these people were squeeing just a couple of months ago, just in July. They were squeeing about how effing good Joe Biden is at foreign policy. He doesn't have a doctorate in foreign affairs. He's just that effing good. Wow. Yeah, his brilliance is unparalleled. That's exactly right. This is crazy because it seems like the weapons that are being shot at Israel is exactly the kind of weapons, exactly the weapons that are were taken off sanctions from the United States. So, like, you can directly blame the Biden regime for this. The missiles hitting Israel right now are the same ones that Biden and Harris worked to lift UN sanctions on their first month he took office. They said it would help promote diplomacy with Iran. How many times do we need to learn the same idiot move that you don't give psychotic terrorist states billions of dollars? Like, you don't do that. That's not how you do foreign policy. Crazy. Someone on CNN had to run for cover while their CNN shot got hit live.
Attack, according to U.S. intelligence, principally or perhaps entirely ballistic missiles, which are the fastest by far and the most dangerous. And now what we're seeing in addition to those intercepts is we're seeing fragments falling to the ground. It's like a deadly fireworks display over Tel Aviv. Goodness, there was an impact just to the left of us here.
And you're talking about Tel Aviv, Jim. We are looking at pictures right now. Oh, we are looking at pictures of Tel Aviv, what you're describing.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Okay, guys, we got to get off the roof. These are coming down right next to us here.
Please do, Jim. Please do.
They're coming down. One just about. We got to go inside.
Jim, please take cover.
Some might say, now's not the time for political cheap shots. Yeah, it freaking is. People die because of weakness. Don't. People die because they don't live in the real world. You don't understand the reality. Reality is harsh and brutal and evil. And wokeness actually breaks your brain and you live outside of reality. Towns like San Francisco shouldn't look like a zombie apocalypse. They do. Same thing in Detroit and Baltimore, Chicago, and New York. You shouldn't have to live like this. Like firm, iron grips on reality and realistic outlooks prevent war. This is what you had with President Trump. Clear-eyed, law and order, criminals go to jail, terrorists don't get negotiated with, they get killed. This is what we want. I'm not, I will say what I've said a million times. I do not buy in to some profoundly stupid ascription that wars are just angels on one side and demons on the other. Oftentimes it's two demons fighting against each other. That's why I'm anti-war. I'm against war. I'm against it. I'm against the carnage. Satan, steal, kill, and destroy. Well, war steals and kills and destroys. And that is the purpose of war. And so I'm anti-war. And so I'm anti-this. And so I'm pro-Trump. And you should be too. Unless you want to go off and die in a desert somewhere for someone else's country. No. This should be enough. Hopefully this will mean Donald Trump wins 40 states on election night. And we bring back peace, which should be the ultimate goal. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Pray for the people who are being bombed right now. And yeah, I mean, I think things are about to get a lot worse, sadly, because that's what weakness invites. See ya.